April 8th, 2018, Sunday. For whatever reason you'd want to agree upon, I apparently made something really unclear last time. Apparently, I can't think of what saying I'm thinking of at the moment, but in all my determination to say that I'm not going to just roll over at the first sign of distress for if I were to try to do YouTube with Deanna, I made it sound like it was a sure thing and it was happening. It's not. It's not a sure thing. I'm still in a I want to see if it can happen phase, and I didn't state that correctly at all. What happened is you saw me just have a switch flip in my brain. You saw me think out loud and not articulate the thoughts in verbal form. And Deanna, I do apologize that I worded it like that. I want this to happen. I want to, this would be the third time, I want to try to make something of myself on YouTube. I want to try to make, I probably want to make a career out of doing this, talking about whatever it is. I'm also happy to just make some money off of it, and I guess I'm happy just doing it for the heck of it, but as I'd stated in the last video, this past week I just suddenly just really deeply questioned, do I really want to keep doing this job that I'm doing? And I don't. I really don't. There are moments that I enjoy, and there's moments that I just, like, I don't care that I'm paid for this. This is annoying. This is stupid. Let somebody else do it. And yeah, yearly review with manager. He's like, well, you've told me that you don't want to do it. And it's amazing to do all that. That's great. The problem is that I will eventually stop doing my job well enough, potentially. I was written up once for it. And it apparently was undone by the fact that I did such a better job afterwards. But I'm not going to keep doing it well forever. I don't want to work there forever. I'd rather not work there now, to be honest, but I got bills to pay, I've got money that I need to earn, and I can't just leave the job right now. So I need to try to find some other way to... I need to start truly trying to come up with a good, definitive next path. Because it's not like I'm sitting on $25,000 and I can just not work for 3 years and eventually come up with what I want to do next. I have to know what I want to do next if I'm going to get off this path. My current thought, my current plan is to, again, try YouTube. Well, Nick, why don't you just try it on your own? Because I've tried it twice, and twice I came up with some reason, some excuse to just let it fall off. The first time it's because convention had happened. I was just too busy. By the time I got back, I'm like, maybe I'll get back to it eventually, who knows, and then never got back to it. Then the Good News Czar thing was the second thing I tried, and I got sick one week, I think it was, and I was like, I'll get back to it eventually. I never did. And there are other reasons. My laptop was old even then. This is a new laptop. This is a laptop that works. This is a laptop that has good video editing software I can use. And won't take forever and 3 days to do anything. And I'm not fearful it's going to die at any moment. Me trying to bring in Deanna on this is me trying to just defense against it. Because of the various reasons you'd want somebody to help you. They can pick up some slack for you. They can have great ideas. They can tell you your ideas are good. There's somebody that can encourage you to keep going, and it's something that it'd be somebody's relying on me. So I can't just stop. It's no longer just some cute little project that I'm doing on the side and I don't have to do anything with it. I'd actually have to try if it happens. And I'm going to keep hammering the point home if it happens, because there's not even a plan of what does that even look like. What does a joint venture on that look like? Is it just a joint channel where the personal channels just kind of flare off in the wind? Is it that we just work on the 2 individual channels and we try to make those work? Is it that all 3 are part of it? Okay, we have a joint channel. What's it going to be about? Is it just going to be, tag teaming videos? Is it going to be all about stuff that we like to do, leaving our personal things to our personal channels? Okay, I mean, are we going to like make videos, put them in a joint folder, and we just work on them whenever? I mean, is it going to be some attempt to meet up once every week, every other week? And what does it look like? Is it going to be a thing of, I mean, I can come up with 10 different ways that this can look like. And that last video, that end part being so misinterpreted, aggravates me, because I can come up with several reasons and several things, and even the reaction I had to learning that it is misinterpreted, that I'm not happy with at all. For one, I thought about writing some type of script for what I wanted to say, but I couldn't think of how to write anything, because there were so many things I wanted to say. And maybe there I could have caught myself, well, let me reiterate that this isn't a done deal. Let me reiterate this is just what I want to do, and keep reiterating that it's still in planning phase, and it's not something to look out for updates soon. It's like, hey, I'm thinking about this, this may happen, or it may not. So I was going to write a script, and I didn't. I also technically recorded that twice. I recorded it once, and inadvertently cut it off too soon. So I had 2 opportunities to say it all right, and I still didn't. Another thing, I was recording it during bits of the Hall of Fame when there were 2 people being inducted that I didn't say I wouldn't care, but it's just like, I'm not looking forward to hearing what you have to say, and I could probably pass on it. So I was also kind of maybe rushing through it a little bit. And I've also been trying to keep these videos kind of time boxed, to not be going on for 30 minutes or something, which I've done before, which I don't want people to see 30 minutes. No thanks. Doesn't hear that I'm just rambling on about something. Then I reacted by pretty much losing my frickin' mind. Which, I look at back now, it's like, why? You could just say, my bad, I had my passion for not having this just go away just because I run into an inconvenience, which makes it sound like it's a sure thing, and just saying, I'm at the same point too of I have a lot of questions I would need answered to know what this is going to look like. That way I'm not just going in just kind of like, well, I'll figure it out as I go, because I've tried that, and it's not going to work like that. I know that I can't do it like that, because I'll just use something as an excuse to go, well, can't work, when I can look back and say, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that, I didn't do that, and that wasn't right, and that was haphazard, I could have done that better. I don't want to do that. If this happens again with Deanna, or by myself, or with somebody else willing to help, I want to say that I did my very best. I set a schedule that wasn't unwieldy, which is what was a big problem I had the first time. I was trying to seemingly put stuff up every day or stream every day. I had to do something every day. And then I backed off of that, and that's when convention kicked in. I just let it die. I'm like, I'm just usually too busy anyway. And then work kept me. It's like, work keeps exhausting me, whatever. Good news is our channel, I got better about it. I got good about trying to write bullet points about the stories I talked about, and I tried to do it in a more organized manner, and I didn't exert myself. I tried once, or I think I started with twice a week, then I pushed back to once a week because it was too hard for whatever reason. I forgot what the reason was. Then I got sick and I never got back on it. By the way, Megan, if you're watching, I don't remember if that banner you're working on is actually done or not. Message me on Facebook and we'll talk about that, because I do want to relaunch that channel. It's one that, no matter what, I could probably get up on my own. Joint venture with somebody else or not. Because that's just finding some news articles and talking about it for a few minutes. So yeah, Megan, message me if you're watching this. Dana, if you're watching, ask Megan to message me about Good News Our channel. Maybe I'll message Megan. Something will happen. I'll talk to Megan at some point. Anyway, I could see that I had things that I wasn't doing right. And I've learned lessons these past few times. And I want to not just try for 3 months, get frustrated, and give up on it. Again, that's why it'd be great to have somebody helping me with it, if I can get that. Because then they'll have a stake in it, and they'll be able to say, A, no, I'm not quitting on this, you're not quitting on this, and B, you can do this. You can do it. Don't get frustrated. You can do it. And probably see, hey, let me do something for you if you don't mind. Or, hey, it's my channel too. Let me help. I want to push and grind on this for an extended period of time. I want to be able to say, I ran into 18 different things that stopped me, and I overcame 18 of them, but then I looked at the results and saw the results aren't what I want, and I don't know how to overcome it. So I will say that I got as far as I could, because I've quit on too many things already. Video games are a big one. I get stuck, or it's just not what I wanted, and I just quit playing it. I took some form of martial arts when I was younger. I think it was technically Taekwondo. That one kind of justified, because I got to like 4th degree brown belt, which is like next is black belt, so you're almost done. And then got told, yeah, everything you've learned the past 8 or so years, you're going to forget and learn all this new stuff. No, I'm not. I'm not going to throw away 7.5, 8 years of what I've learned. No, I'm not interested. Sorry. So that one was justified. But the big one that sticks in my mind is Cub Scouts. Went through all that, the Golden Arrow ceremony, I think. And it's like, I'm a Boy Scout now. And I came up for that ceremony, I just said I didn't want to do it anymore. I think the Arrow of Light ceremony. I don't remember, it's been a while. That was back in 2001 or so. Anyway, I just gave up on that. for no real reason. There's probably several other things. First, I live near the Bicentennial Greenway, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to like get myself to like jog every day, and see if I can make these goals like jog further and further, without having to stop. And well, A, I'm not a runner, I'm more of a walker, and B, I still didn't try that very much. Some of it was the weather, but still, I bought some kettlebells, and I was gonna try to do some workout stuff with that. And I just stopped with that at some point. I've started and stopped on this YouTube, Twitch thing several times, and Mixer thing, I should say, as well. I've started some personal programming projects and stopped on those. Now, for many of these, you could probably, especially anything that involved my computer, you could come up with, well, my computer was old, Kaiser was old, and I needed to replace him years ago. And maybe. But why didn't I just try to get a new laptop? Why did I let that stop me when I went to Best Buy? Actually, I did some research one day, bookmarked several laptops that I liked. I went to Best Buy, I ordered it for store pickup, and I picked it up the next day. So why didn't I do that before? I don't want another project to just fade away on me. If this starts up again, whether it's by myself, whether it's with Deanna, whether Megan decides to help me, whether I go to the boxcar tonight to go watch WrestleMania with other people, and one of them decides they want to do it with me, or I just find somebody random online, or some random person that's watching this wants to help me. If I can get somebody to help me, that's going to be a great thing, because that's all the reasons why. I want to try to do this again. I don't want to pressure anybody into helping me. Because I have it in my head a rough idea of what I'd want to see this become. And it wouldn't be just me, it would be having several people all working together. We'll call it the Army of the Czar network of channels or something like that. And we all work together. Under that umbrella, you'd have probably me doing some wrestling stuff, and you'd have some people doing other video game stuff, and maybe somebody does like car stuff, and then maybe me and some other people do some history stuff and do history lessons and all that, and we do charity stuff, and the Good News Czar thing is under that. All of us work on that. That's the big end goal that I'd love to see happen, and that's not the immediate thing I'm working for. It's something that I'd want to happen if I could make it happen. I have to get at least a channel of mine, my channel, up and running. I would need to at least do that. I might at least try to see if I can do the Good News Czar thing on my own. But my own personal channel and any channel I might want to make after this, I want to put forth effort and not just give up at the first thing that inconveniences me. Again, I've given myself too many excuses. And the end of that last video, you saw me just flipping a switch going, no. No escape clauses. No trying to think about what can go wrong and waiting for that to go wrong. None of that. Try, Nicholas. If you do this, try. Try and put forth all of your effort. You cannot complain that you do not like where you are and then not do anything. Put forth all of the effort if you're going to do it. If it happens, don't quit, don't surrender, just try for at least a year. Overcome all these different problems that come up. If work tires you out too much one week, that's fine, just get back on it the next week. If you have a video idea that you've put all your heart and passion, energy into, doesn't take off, then you mourn it, but then you also try the next idea. If you miss your deadline, you're not uploading, when you said you're going to, you upload it anyway, and you just say, okay, let me try next time. Not just say, well, guess I don't do a schedule. No. Again, Deanna, this is me saying if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with all of my fire and passion. That I'm not just going to roll over when it gets hard. You're still free to say no. You're still free to say that you don't want to do it. You're still free to say you can't. But know that if you are willing to do it, and you're willing to join this crazy harebrained scheme of mine to try to make money off of YouTube, that I don't want to just roll over at the first inconvenience. That I'm going to push through and push hard, and that I want the best ideas possible, and that if I am wrong on something, or I'm being stubborn on something, that is free license to say you're wrong, or that you're being stubborn, and we're not doing it. I'm not going to strong-arm anybody to help me if they don't want to. My passion from last time is me saying I am going to do it, and I'm going to put forth all of my passion and energy if it happens, if it starts. And I may need to go do it on my own if I'm so blooming determined about it. But I really would like somebody to help if they don't mind. Whatever that means, whether it's just handling a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff while I'm at work, or whether it's being my pure equal, whatever amount people want to do. I don't mind the help, and I actually beg for it. Please help me. Maybe I'll see if I can do a video around Friday saying, here is, Takeover and WrestleMania and the fallout from this week, and maybe do one of the ideas I've had of just doing a weekly, here's what's happened in this week in wrestling, what I think will happen next type thing. I know that there's a chance of nobody will watch it because, well, we watch the recaps of everybody else, but maybe my ideas will catch somebody's attention. Go along for the ride if you wish. No matter who you are. If you think you can help, that you can contribute, and you want to see this harebrained scheme can work, come along for the ride.